What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Litecoin today, LTC. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, everybody. So looking at this here, we're sitting at about $109, right? That's not a huge gap up, but I gotta say it's kind of refreshing seeing these numbers getting away from $100. The further and further we go, it's just more confirmation that this in fact was our low, all the way down at about 86 bucks, 87 bucks there. 86.69. Somebody had a sense of humor, right? They put it down there for a reason. They're like 86 bucks, 87 bucks. It doesn't sound right. I want to do something in between. What's the best number? 69. That's where the low came in. Beautiful. Lower lows, lower highs right here in this overall upward facing move. This is definitely the consolidation phase. I would assume when we break out, we see continuation, much like what brought us into this move. And in fact, with the type of consolidation that we have, I would actually anticipate that this next move up is more bullish than the move that brought us in, if that makes any sense at all. If you look at the daily RSI here, where we are, and I've pointed this out every single video that I've made probably for the past week, but where we found our low, and as we continue to get away, it's more and more obvious that we found our low, is the same area that we found this low, is the same area that we found this low, is the same area that we found these lows, right? It's the same area that we found these lows back here, right? It's an area that Litecoin does like to find support at. And not only that, but we are in a much more bullish phase here than we were at any of these lows, right? We've got a much more significant kind of dynamic at play here than we did at any of those lows, because we broke out of this overall consolidation phase and we're essentially finding support at the breakout point, right? Where before we were finding support just at the low points here, trying to make a move up. We've already had that move. Now we're in full stride, carrying that move on to the next step, right? And that next step for Litecoin, I believe, will be worth more than $200, potentially even worth more than $300 by the end of January. Okay. I've said it, and I'm going to say it again. I expect that the next move up will be bigger than the move up that led us here, okay? The move that led us here, if we were to see a replica of that, would take us to about $200, okay? That would take us right to the golden ratio zone. I have my suspicions that we will see something stronger than the last move. So my thoughts would then be, we nix the golden ratio and we look further. We look forward. We look ahead, right? We're at $108 now, $109 right now. The next target area technically would be the golden ratio. We look at the price action. I don't think it makes a lot of sense. There's no discernible highs or lows being taken here. I mean, maybe back here, okay, to be completely fair, there's a discernible high right there. That one discernible high at that 618. There's another one right there, to be completely fair. But that's it. Just those two. This to me seems like a lot more of a discernible high. There's a discernible high there and support there. Already 3 points of significance. We go back here for resistance and support. More significance there. You've got more significance up here as well. Resistance there, resistance there, resistance there. All-time high over there, right? And it's right in the heart of what your next target zone would be expected to be. So my thoughts are Litecoin genuinely, hold on, I don't think it stops. You're at $108. I don't think it stops until at least 253, at the most 320. You could make a beeline move all the way up to your all-time highs. We've seen a couple cryptos do that, right? Like I think HBAR maybe, or maybe I'm thinking of XRP and XLM. Maybe not HBAR, I don't know, but we could see that. It doesn't have to stop at the 886, though. Conventionally, you don't really exceed the 886, and looking at the price action, it would just make more sense, I think, to stop a little bit before the 886, maybe a little bit before the 786 even, but I feel comfortable in saying we're at $109 now. Litecoin likely does move significantly above $200 over the next month. It's Christmas Day today. Merry Christmas, everybody. Ho, ho, ho. Litecoin's going to move up about another $150 probably over the next, I would guess, like 20, 30 days, something like that, right? Probably by the time Trump gets inaugurated, right? I want to look at LTC on the ribbon chart here. LTC, I've been pulling up the ribbon for everything today, man. It's just a ribbon kind of day, right? We're really excited for LTC to get this bullish cross, right? I think this is the first time all month that I've talked about LTC, at least from a ribbon perspective, where we've seen it close green, where we've actually seen the ribbon green here. So, or not the ribbon, I'm sorry, the candle green. As this month continues to grow, as we continue to move further away, as this body gets more filled in, this ribbon too will get tighter and tighter, leading to the idea or the very real possibility that next month, January, you get this monthly golden cross, this bullish cross, which I think will provide a lot of growth over the coming months, right? I think by the end of January, you guys, Litecoin's up at its all-time high area. And then we consolidate probably going into February, March times, and then going into March, April, May times. Litecoin, you'll have this bullish cross on the ribbon. You will have already pulled back and consolidated for February, March, and you'll be ready to break out to new all-time highs, probably making strides, you guys. Probably making strides all the way towards like $1,000 by the end of April. You're at $100 now. We're talking about a 10x in roughly 4 to 5 months' time as a genuine possibility. We look at the high to the low here. The next target that you would hit minimum, once you break out to new all-time highs, minimum would be $805. I think that's a very suitable minimum target for the end of April, May, right? Probably end of April, beginning May is what I would think. Maybe end of May. It's hard to say, but they do say sell in May and go away, right? But once you break out of that, that would make a lot of sense. Again, I don't think you go there now. I don't think it's by the end of January. By the end of January, I'd expect that you're up in this area here, right? Consolidating, and then for April, May, you make that next move up, that explosive move up to new all-time highs. That's my thoughts. And then you probably consolidate again, maybe go higher, who knows, but whatever your consolidation looks like. Then the end of the cycle going into the end of 2025, that's when you'll make your run up to either $2,000 or higher, $4,000, $6,000. I don't know how high it's going to fly, but my suspicion would be that Litecoin LTC does top off at around $2,000 to $6,000 by the end of the cycle. It's worth $108 now. People ask me all the time what a safe bet is, right? People ask me all the time. More people ask me what they should get in, what I think is going to grow the most. What's the risky bet, right? They don't care about the risk. But the smart people, the people with more let's just say discipline, maybe less degeneracy built into them, when they ask for a solid project that I genuinely see growing, that I feel like is a safe bet, Litecoin is that answer, right? You're at $108. I feel like it's a very safe bet that Litecoin will be worth over $2,000 by the end of the cycle, right? It's a safe bet, and you've got 20x potential. That's insane, right? That kind of stuff only exists in crypto. It only exists in crypto. It only exists in environments where you're getting a bullish cross on your monthly. It only exists in environments where you're breaking out of a multi-cycle consolidation phase, right? Litecoin is probably the safest 20x bet in the whole crypto space, right? I made a video earlier. What was I talking about? Was it it wasn't Bitcoin. Was it XRP? XRP being the safest 3x bet, maybe even the safest 6x bet or 7x bet in the whole space, right? Litecoin is the safest 20x bet, I think. Maybe BCH. Maybe BCH might be the safest bet for that too, I think. But LTC, regardless of what's the safest or not, Litecoin is definitely one of the safer bets. I'm getting all tied up in my literal meanings of my words here, but I genuinely do believe it'll be worth more than 20,000 by the end of the cycle. That's all I'm trying to say. If we look at the 3-day time frame, bullish, bouncing off of the 50-day period, or 50-day period, damn it, 50 level on the RSI. If I could just double click that, bringing it up here, bouncing off of that, higher lows in this kind of range up, right? Looking like you're in a nice formation going up. You're at the bottom of this range, bouncing off the 50. I would expect that you do see a nice move up going into the overbought zone. I really do believe, you guys, you look at the RSI for what it's worth. To me, I would assume this next run does get you stronger readings than this. And even if it doesn't, I would expect something that is going to be a larger move up overall than what we saw here. If that's true, based off of what we saw there, that would mean that we are at least guaranteed to break above $200. And then considering everything else that I said in the beginning of the analysis, that makes a lot of sense, because likely we wouldn't stop there. Likely we would probably move all the way up to about 250 to 318. That's my expectation by the end of January. Minimum expectation would be about $200, but genuinely I think a more appropriate minimum expectation is 250 to 318. And that's all I got for you guys. So if you liked the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, the weekly also. That weekly RSI looks bullish as hell too. Look at that. That's very bullish, bro. That's a nice look. If this weekly can close green. If it closes red, it's actually not that nice of a look, but if it can close green, it is a nice look. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Merry Christmas, by the way. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, whatever it is you celebrate. If you don't celebrate, good for your bank account. All right, bye-bye.